Marvel Heroes Omega has been out on consoles for a little while now, and in that short time it has delivered with its vast hero roster, flashy animations, and satisfying combat system, complete with the Marvel paint job. And while it does have most of the fundamental things that we have come to expect from MMO ARPGs of today, it ain't all smiles and Hallmark cards. I'm the old school kid, and these are the top 3 things that Marvel Heroes Omega got wrong. Number 3, shared inventory space. In the game currently, each hero you purchase share the same inventory space. And with 38 heroes to choose from and with more confirmed to be on the way, this issue will only get worse over the lifespan of the game as players start leveling new heroes and find themselves managing their inventory more than killing mobs and bosses. Seems to be the developer's way of getting us to spend money on inventory space. Now there are plenty of ways to get players to spend money on the game. Compelling storytelling, tight and responsive gameplay, and creating immersive experiences, just to name a few. But cutting our legs from underneath us before we even get going is just not one of them, especially if you want to maintain player retention and a healthy community moving forward. Now the solution to this one is simple. Each hero has their own inventory, and inventory space is increased to 60 per hero. Now the storage can still stay the same because that's a pretty common practice in games of this genre today. Number 2, Eternity Splinter drop rates and hero pricing. Now before I get started on this, I want to say that I am aware of the Eternity Splinter login change coming with the next update, but I still want to cover drop rates because when you compare them to hero prices, the drop rates, well, they're horrible. See, the drop rate is only bad because the hero prices are so high. Now if they change the price of every hero to like around 125 to maybe 150 Eternity Splinters a piece, then the current drop rate will be fine. Right now, Eternity Splinters have a drop rate of 1 every 8 to 10 minutes with a chance of spawning 4 on those particular drops when doing adequate content. So you can see just how long it would take for you to get just one of those heroes that cost 500 Eternity Splinters. Now if you're going strictly free to play, it's going to take you approximately 83 hours or 3 days of playtime to get enough Eternity Splinters to purchase a hero that costs 500. This is a huge issue. Why? Because the game simply doesn't give you enough content to justify the amount of time that it's asking you to play. What we need here is a compromise. Either increase Eternity Splinter drop rates or decrease the average cost of the hero. No harm, no foul, everybody wins. Number 1, lack of content. At about level 45 is where the quote-unquote endgame begins, and this is where you quickly realize that you've seen everything this game has to offer because, well, there is no endgame. Now I know that a raid has been announced and I'm looking forward to it, I am, but the current state of the game leaves me cautiously optimistic for the future. I just can't help but feel like there's so many missed opportunities here, with literally thousands of comic books, countless TV shows, movies, and cartoons to refer to as inspiration for in-game content. I'm just wondering why more wasn't done here. The development team has a gold mine with regard to the Marvel license because the content basically creates itself. What about hero-specific storylines and quests? What about recreating some of the most iconic moments that we've seen play out over the years? Not only in comic books and Saturday morning cartoons, but also in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Instead, we are essentially told to do the same thing that we already did with Cookie Cutter Cosmic Gear, just at a higher difficulty. And by difficulty, they mean more health for mobs and bosses, and they hit like trucks. Now, increasing enemy health is part of difficulty scaling, I get it, but there has to be other elements that come into play as well, like the mechanics, not from just the boss, but you as well. As a true change of difficulty will force you to change your mechanics and the way you approach the situation. Not have you do the same thing, but instead of it taking 5 minutes, it takes 10 minutes because, well, difficulty and one-shot mechanics. Now, as a quick side note, I do want to cover couch co-op really quick. Couch co-op still needs some work because hero progression is directly tied to whoever's hosting the session. I'll give you a quick example of what I'm talking about. Let's say you have a level 30 Cyclops on your profile, but your brother, sister, girlfriend, or whoever host a session. When you join their session, your once level 30 Cyclops will start over at level 1, even though he's level 30 on your profile. Now, I don't know if this is a bug or something that was overlooked, but it kind of killed couch co-op for me. What I do on my profile should carry over to couch co-op, especially when they require you to sign in with separate profiles, with both profiles having to own the game. If I'm being honest, the Marvel Heroes Omega port to consoles feels rushed. There are countless bugs, animation issues, and almost gang-breaking frame rate drops, rips, and tears once things pick up on screen. Now before you light your torches, grab your pitchforks, and come after me, I just want to say this. I like Marvel Heroes Omega, I do, and I want it to do well. But developers need to understand that today's gaming climate is very cutthroat, and games are often tossed to the wayside when nagging bugs and what seems to be like simple fixes go largely ignored by developers. The things that I mentioned previously are either conscious design decisions made by the developers or a huge oversight by the developers and something they simply just miss. Either way, they all make me nervous. But like I said, I will remain cautiously optimistic moving forward. I'm the old school kid, and I'm signing out. Peace.